Hello and welcome back to part 2 of solving one-step multiplication division inequalities with negative coefficients. All right, so just a quick reminder. Just in this case, we know they're all negative, but when you have a negative coefficient in inequality, we have to change the sign or invert the inequality sign. Okay, negative 4 times some number x is greater than or equal to 16. I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. And because I'm dividing by a negative number, I have to invert or flip the, did I say flip? Have to invert the inequality sign. X is less than or equal to negative 4. Okay, if you don't believe me, let's check it. 4 times negative 4 does give me 16, so it is equal to. And for negative 4 times, let me back up. Negative 4 times negative 4 is 16. And negative 4 times negative 5 is 20, which is greater than 16. So it checks greater than or equal to. Number 4, have a negative coefficient. So eventually I'm going to invert my inequality sign, divide both sides by negative 5/10. I'm going to invert my inequality sign now, and I get a negative 10. Negative 10 is greater than or equal to x, which means that x is less than or equal to negative 10. Now, here I wanted to just give you a quick lesson, if you will, about how to draw your number lines in case you have to draw them yourselves. You don't always have to have 0 in the middle. So I see that my answer is x is less than or equal to negative 10. So most of my answer is going to be to my left like this. So I decided to put my 0 here. And I know 5 is a factor of 10, so I said let me go ahead and use 5s. Now these distances here are called increments. Hopefully you draw better than I do. They should be about the same. So that's 5, negative 5, negative 10, negative 15, negative 20. The distance between these two are the increments. So I picked 5. You could have picked 2. You could have picked any factor of 10. You could have put 10. So I put my 0 to the far right, knowing that most of my answer are going to be to the left. So now I include 10, anything less than 10. You don't have to put 0 in the middle, and you can pick your own increments. Quick check here. I'm going to evaluate the expression at negative 10 and 20. And I see that when x is 10, it's true. It's equal to 5. And when x is negative 20, it is indeed greater than 5. Okay. No idea what that is. We'll leave it there. So let's evaluate. So I have a negative coefficient. I multiply both sides by a negative 2. I'm multiplying by a negative 2. So that means I have to invert my sign. 2's cancel. Negative 2 times negative 1. They're multiplicative inverses, so that's equal to 1. And negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. Again, I know my answer is going to be less than negative 8, so it's going to be shifted to the left, so I put my 0 there. I chose 2 as my increment, negative 2. So my answer is going to be less than but not equal to negative 8. Let's squeeze one more in. Again, I have a negative coefficient, negative 2/3. So I'm going to multiply both sides, that's what that was, by that's supposed to be a negative sign, by the multiplicative inverse of negative 2/3, which is 3/2. I am multiplying by a negative number, so I'm multiplying both sides by a negative number, so my inequality sign has to be inverted. I'm left with a positive x is greater than or equal to 12. I think this is my last time drawing. So now I see here that x is greater than 12, so I'm going to put my 0 on this side. I chose a 6, I believe. Chose my increments were 6. They're pretty even this time. And anything greater than and equal to 12. All right. We only have 2 more left. Let's finish this up. Sorry for going over, guys. So we have negative 3.5 times some number x is greater than negative 7. So I'm going to convert my mixed number to an improper fraction because I like multiplying by reciprocals as opposed to dividing by fractions. It is a negative coefficient, so I have to invert my inequality sign. I multiply by the reciprocal so I could have a 1. So I have 1x. And this is going to be 2. So anything less than 2 is part of my solution. And the last one, negative 3/10 is my coefficient. Divide by negative 3/10 on both sides. I can now have a decimal in my divisor. So I move it in my divisor and dividend. My answer is negative 5. But I have to invert my inequality. All right, sorry about going over, guys. Just want to wrap that up. So remember, when you have a negative coefficient for an inequality, you have to invert your inequality. Talk to you soon.